Welcome back, Wolfpack. Vrelis here. Last Fan Friday of the week. Actually, I kind of haven't told you guys it's my birthday tomorrow. That's just something I might as well slide in there. June 28th. Awesome. So it looks like we kind of have a theme for double battles this week. It looks like a lot of people are trying out solar power, chlorophyll, drought, all kinds of things like that. Because I mean, we have a Trevenant. It looks like this is going to be a drought Ninetales. We have Lilligant, which I believe has chlorophyll, and I don't know if that's going to be a solar power Charizard or just another reset for the drought. But anyway, I like the idea here because weather teams haven't been getting a lot of play, and I feel like they aren't really that nerfed. Sure, weather isn't infinite or indefinite anymore, but it's still a very strong strategy. Now, a lot of the main Pokemon aren't usable in VGC for like a Rain Dance team, but we do have, like the current VGC, I'm expecting next format it's going to be a lot crazier. But with the whole like Sunny Day, you can still do a VGC Sunny Day team easy. And I think there's a lot of strength there that hasn't been discovered and can get a lot more play. So we're going to watch how this one goes out. Dang. Okay, Hariyama just goes and ruins Ninetales' day right there. But we do have Trevenant coming in, using that Leech Seed and getting it set up going. That's always a good start. Snorlax is confused as well. Gets the Fire Punch onto Trevenant though. This could be a problem. And just barely on the survival. But here's where Trevenant comes in and starts to get a ton of health. So that's an 8th right there. And then we're going to have Citrus Berry come in and heal it up because of the Harvest ability. And then we're just going to have... Oh wait, no Citrus Berry? Okay, so I guess this is a Rest and Lum set. Because with the Citrus Berry, you can get a lot of health back really fast, really well. Here comes Mary Pollens. I get that one right there. And yep, there's the rest. So now we're going to get the Lumberry reset. I personally like Citrus Berry, but I've seen both variants. The Citrus Berry can proc twice in one turn, which is why I like it. But that's full health, so you can't argue with that. And Lumberry is going to come right back at the end of the turn. So that's strong right there. Also has Leech Seed sustain. Snorlax is confused and hits itself. And looks like this turn has got a nice little reset from the survival with Lilligant just using Protect and staying alive. So Hariyama's poisoned, and Harvest gets back the Lumberry. Quiver Dance. It's about to get real right now. Quiver Dance is very, very strong. Special attack and defense goes up as well as speed, with a lot of strength coming in from that Sun. Here comes the Facade. Focus Sash. I was expecting that with the Quiver Dance. And Will-O-Wisp. Oh, if Will-O-Wisp hit on the Snorlax, that would have been a big play right there. And Snorlax gets hit by Confusion once again. Hurts itself. Alright, and Trevenant just soaking a little bit of damage. Hariyama going down to a lot of DOT, as I guess you can pretty much call it. That poison with the Leech Seed is probably going to claim it next turn. That's insane. So another Protect. Lilligant just staying alive and using a lot of diverting tactics right there. Snorlax finally getting burned. Snaps out of the Confusion, but Fire Punch is not going to do a lot of damage right now. Its attack getting cut in half. Doesn't even break the 50% mark now. So Trevenant is safe to rest next turn and gets a lot of health back from the Leech Seed. Poison finishing off Hariyama. Snorlax going to take a bit of damage from burn. The opponent, though, did have a respectable open. That the opponent was going for, big, tanky, hard hitters. And it was working until Trevenant just started, catching up. And now Lilligant is getting set up, so this is where it gets really crazy. Or we should say Mary Pollens. I think that's going to be nice. So, ooh. Was that Synthesis? Yeah, I think that was. So with the Sunny Day, it's getting 66% of its health back. Leech Seed going on to Snorlax. I guess the Lilligant is feeling safe right now because of the Fire Punch being nerfed and Snorlax trying to hit the... Oh, never mind. I was wondering how that was going to go. But Body Slam onto the Lilligant. Not doing a lot. That burn just ruining Snorlax at this point. And now the Leech Seed is going to be taking even more health. It's not looking good for Snorlax. Losing a lot of health right there. That's a quarter of its health in one turn. Just gone like that. And now back up to full health. Still has that speed boost. Still has the special attack. And yeah. So now God, it is so bright on the field with the sun and with the whole like misty terrain. Everyone's getting health back in crazy. No, grassy terrain is what heals, I believe. Misty terrain just keeping statuses off the field. Body Slam from Snorlax, showing that it's not doing a lot of damage. Leech Seed just sucking up a lot of health, too. This battle's dragging on right now, but there's a lot of, like, Trevenant is a very hard Pokemon to use. That, you know, if it does get KO'd, if it is very susceptible until it's going, but it got the Lumberry, it got the proper support with that Confusion, set up the burn, and now it's getting a quarter of its health back from the Leech Seed. It has Lumberry so it can't get status. It's just insane right now. And we still have, you know, everything just going in the favor. And there's the Horn Leech, so that's what makes this strategy even better for Trevenant. It becomes the most gross sustain tank you could imagine. Health back from the Horn Leech, health back from Rest, health back from the Leech Seed, burning so it doesn't take much damage. And then we also, like, Trevenant is set up against physical Pokemon, and we have the Lilligant getting set up against the special attackers. This is one way to just ruin your opponent's momentum and take him down. So there's Noctowl coming in. Giga Drain from onto Sylveon. Sylveon is a special defense tank. I wasn't expecting a lot of damage, but it's still looking good. Just with that Quiver Dance. Could have gone for some more Quiver Dance. Sylveon using its Citrus Berry, so it's pretty tanky. And Will-O-Wisp going on to the Noctowl. Yeah, the cycle begins once again. So, Sylveon trying to get some damage in there. Not doing crazy amount. Oh! Whirlwind pulling out the Lilligant. Oh, I just noticed the Porygon hub name. Stay classy, Porygon. Stay classy. Being the embodiment of technology and internets, I guess you can jump straight to porn with that Porygon. But Porygon now just going to be a huge special attacker. Tri-attack with that stab with its good special attack. Not doing a lot because Noctowl is a special defense tank, believe it or not, so it's just going to sit there and roost and try to divert as many attacks as possible, and it ended up working out. Will-O-Wisp misses on the Sylveon. Another Psyshock coming into, oh, not Trevenant this time, but Porygon, and doing a good amount of damage. So Sylveon Citrus Berry doesn't have it anymore. Trevenant getting some health back again, and Burn affecting the Noctowl. Noctowl is being a pretty stationary Pokemon right now, and Misty Terrain goes away. So actually that was, what does Misty Terrain do then? So I thought Misty Terrain made it to where a Pokemon couldn't be status, but Noctowl did get hit by the Will-O-Wisp. So I think I have it, now I'm confused. Let me look that up really quick. Oh, prevents non-volatile status conditions. So, interesting. And it also has damage from the dragon types. Very, very supportive fairy type move right there. Porygon does go down to the Psyshock, and yeah, Noctowl is burned, so Will-O-Wisp not really affecting Sylveon at this point. And now we just kind of wait for the rest of this turn. There's a lot of like things happening at the end of the turn, you know. The animation for Leech Seed, the potential animation for Harvest, the Noctowl getting burned, and a lot of other of the conditions on the field. So the in-between on the turns is taking quite some time right here. This is actually turning into a long battle, even though it's only 20 turns. But there's hopefully this speeds up now that we have Charizard Y recycling that drought and bringing a lot of pain. So Flamethrower comes in onto the Noctowl. Noctowl again showing its special defense tankiness and surviving that hit pretty well. Heat Wave might have been a good way to just chip off Sylveon, but it looks like Trevenant was going to take care of it anyway, so that's the best you can get out of it right there. Noctowl going to take a touch of damage from Burn and probably just keeping that roost. It's doing a good job like keeping hits. It's absorbing a lot of damage. There's the leftovers. Here comes the Burn and the Leech Seed. Ah man, it's just, you lose a lot of time just watching like a lot of the Leech Seed and a lot of the status bounce back and forth. Even though Noctowl is taking a lot of damage at the end of the turn, it's still hanging in there pretty well. And in comes Aerodactyl. Oh, that's interesting right there. Aerodactyl has Unnerved, so that means Trevenant's Harvest gets shut down temporarily, and it Mega Evolves to show some potential strength. This battle is getting a little interesting. So Stone Edge onto the Charizard, that's an instant KO. There's nothing that you can do about that. Aerodactyl with that huge speed, Charizard with that 4 times weakness, and now Noctowl just roosting back up. You know, it's going to lose, I think, 3/16 at the end of the turn. It's still not too bad. But here comes Will-O-Wisp, and now Aerodactyl is going to not be as much of a threat from its attacks. I'm wondering if a Leech Seed is going to get set up. I would probably start going for the Horn Leech, just try to get it off the field. But it doesn't have any form of sustain, so using Trevenant as just that gross sustain tank can work out pretty well. Bringing in the Grass type against 2 Flying type, that takes some courage right there. And setting up the Quiver Dance, even though Focus Sash has already been procced. Oh, bold play right there. But it looks like the opponent wants the Trevenant gone more than anything with the burn. Even Crunch being a super effective hit, not enough to KO. Oh, and here comes Toxic. Toxic would have been interesting to see right there, because if it went on to Trevenant, the Lumberry wouldn't have been able to go off because of Unnerve. However, once Aerodactyl leaves the field, Toxic would be cured, or it could just rest, or Trevenant could just rest. A lot of interesting dynamics going on in this battle, and a lot of, we're going to have to wait for 5 animations now. Leech Seed, Burn, and Leftovers. That's a bit of stall right there. But I do like this battle for like what's going on. The Trevenant has just been so stationary this whole time, unmoving, unbreaking, showing. I'm about to make like a cheesy little anecdote here, but showing that the Weeping Willow. Fuck, I messed that one up. There's an anecdote about how the sturdy, what is it, the aspen or sturdy pine tree, or maybe even the hardy oak, that with its rigidness and inability to move, that it does snap in the strongest of storms. But the willow, while very, I guess not, I don't know, guys. This battle's been going on for a while. I'm starting to lose it. Anyway, the willow bends, therefore it can endure more, and that's what Trevenant's doing. It's adapting and just screw it. Let's just watch this battle. So the opponent shouldn't have much left. Is it just Noctowl left, or does he have one more? Whimsicott. Ooh, Whimsicott could have been a lot more of a hassle earlier on. With that prior Prankster taunt, that's where it starts getting interesting. So now we just have shut down onto Trevenant, but the setup with the Quiver Dance could turn out big later on. Even though Noctowl with that special defense tankiness. Oh, Nightshade. Will that do? Oh, I think that might be it right there. Will there be enough damage from the poison after that Nightshade? Noctowl with Nightshade, it's being a good tank. Like Noctowl is showing a lot of strength right now. It is not. It's burned and leech seeded, and it's still sustaining, able to put out some poison, able to put out some good damage with that Nightshade. And down goes the Mary Pollens. Dang. So Noctowl probably going to go for that Roost next turn, and in comes Crobat. Crobat should be able to deal with the Whimsicott, hopefully, so we'll see how this one turns up. Yep. Oh, Crobat getting paralyzed on that turn. Man, I was just hoping, come in with an Air Slash, hit Whimsicott for that strong hit, because Whimsicott is pretty much just a prankster status. You throw out the stun, you try to get Tailwind, you maybe even have the fast. I think it has the fastest taunt in the game, next to Tornadus with Prankster. I don't remember who's faster. I want to say Whimsicott might be, but Tornadus is a pretty fast Pokemon. I used to try to remember these things, so I had a taunt Tornadus, and I think it was actually to be a counter for taunt Whimsicott, so I want to say Tornadus might actually be faster. Anyway, you try to, priority Leech Seed, priority Substitute, priority Encore. A lot of things can really just be a shutdown with this Whimsicott. So, I mean, now it has taunt, and now it's encored into a move that's taunted. So Trevenant's locked down right now, or actually, it's locked down into the Horn Leech, which isn't going to do too much. I thought it would be locked down into the Will-O-Wisp, but it looks like after the taunt stuff. So in comes the Brave Bird into Whimsicott, even though it's super effective, still not a KO. Some craziness right there. And looks like we're going to have maybe a final turn. Noctowl is looking pretty low, Whimsicott is looking pretty low. There's a lot of status at the end of this turn, so I mean, Brave Bird into Noctowl. I think Horn Leech is in a position to KO Noctowl right now, and then Brave Bird into Whimsicott. Taunt wears off, and oh, Whimsicott goes for the Memento. Oh, that's just gross right there. So interestingly enough, Whimsicott faints itself, and I think Memento drops the PP to 0. So now it can't use Brave Bird this turn. Is how I think this unfolds. So Noctowl with the Roost, doing everything to desperately stay alive, and in comes the Horn Leech from Noctowl, or from oh no, I thought Memento removed all the PP. Oh well. So that's going to be game right there. That was a long battle. A lot of that animation at the end. What does Memento do then? Just so I have it for reference. Apparently Memento was a movie made in 2000. It has a 4.5 out of 10 rating. Might want to look into that one. But let's go look up Memento Pokemon. And, oh, it lowers the attack and special attack. Right. There's one that lowers the PP. I think that's Grudge. I got Grudge and Memento mixed up because there's a lot of weird faint things like that. So if you guys enjoyed Fan Fridays, we had a long battle, a couple long battles, and one really short battle this week. So I think it's pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys can sit back and enjoy my lame tree stories, and have a nice day.